Hi, my name is Rika Bettino, and I'd like to welcome you to our call this evening. We're going to have a wonderful time. You're going to get to hear a lot of great information. But in the meantime, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm currently a realtor. I've been a realtor for 25 years. And what happened, I was introduced to this company, perhaps like you also were able to, maybe one of your friends called you and said, you hear all this stuff about travel, or, oh my gosh, all this saving money, or wow, you can make a fortune. And maybe you heard, I don't know what got you on the call. Maybe they just said, you have to get on this call right now. Trust me, I love you. And that's great too. And you know what? If your friend invited you on this call, thank them because they thought enough about you to want to share something that they're excited about with you. And I was introduced the same exact way. My friend Sherry Sharman, who has been my mentor since I was 24 years old, I met her when I was, um, 24 years old. Obviously, that's when I met her. Um, and I've known her for 35 years. And she was the first person that really taught me a lot about success principles and how I could apply them to every area of my life. And it really had a serious impact on my entire life and my family and my children. And she's mentored them. And she was actually going to be doing this call this evening, and she had a small little family emergency thing. She's fine, so don't worry. But you know Sherry Sharman. She is the most loyal, dedicated, focused person that you know. And this is the very first call ever that she's missed because she's always here. But she'll be back again. So I hope if you're new on this call, please tune back in on another time where you can get a chance to meet this wonderful woman that everyone talks about all the time. But so again, my background is in real estate for the last 25 years. And the one thing about it is that it doesn't matter how much money I make one year. I can have a banner year, but guess what? The next year I have to start all over again. And I couldn't see how I was ever going to be able to retire because it's not like another business where if you have a restaurant, you can build a huge business and sell your restaurant. Well, I can't do that in real estate. And so besides our investments and stuff like that, how am I ever going to be able to actually retire? And so when Sherry called me, the first thing I got excited about was our travel. Then I learned more about how much savings and stuff there is with our membership. And I got excited because my husband and I love to travel with Sherry and her husband, Alex. But then I looked at the business opportunity and I thought, wait, this could be how I retire. And very quickly, became a residual earner and started ranking up in the company, and then helping my friends and family do so. And I'm so excited. Both of my kids work with the company, and I'm just thrilled of the opportunity to actually retire someday soon and just travel full time. That's a good time. That's a good job. But so I don't even want to take any more time. I just really want to tell you what a privilege it is for you this evening to get a chance to hear from this gentleman. He is in the Philippines currently. He's from Arizona, but when he's in the States, he lives in Arizona, but he's in the Philippines. And so it's early morning there. But he got up to share what's happening with our company. And you couldn't be hearing it from there's two people in the company that I think are the best qualified to share our company, and he is one of them. He is one of the founders of this company. He helped put it together. He's in the top leadership. He is made millions of dollars. Now, when you meet him, when you see him speak, you're gonna go, wow, he's super fun. He's super kind. He's all of those things. But please don't let that stop you from really paying attention because you know what? I've met a lot of successful people in my life, but not, and think about this. How many have you met that spend their time now, once they've made it, helping other people do the same thing, saying step by step by step, follow step here, step here, step here, and you'll get where I am. Because Sherry taught me a long time ago, find someone that has what you want, do what they do, and you'll get what they got. And so I am following this gentleman. I had the privilege of meeting him, and when my husband and I flew out to Dallas in January, and he is fun, and he can dance, and he is the life of the party. And I've heard from everyone in the company, if Jesse's on one of our trips, it's that much more fun because he knows how to have a great time. But again, please give him the respect that he deserves because we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this opportunity if he and some of the other top people in this company didn't put together what we have. And so I am so honored and privileged to introduce you to Jesse McPherson.
Oh, Rika, thank you so much. I was thinking about it. I was like, I was glad this was recorded. So that way I could play that introduction to my wife when she's mad at me and be like, babe, don't you know who I am? I'm Jesse. So no, in all seriousness, sometimes I'm like, who is she talking about? But thank you so much for the introduction and congratulations on everything and getting a chance to partner with you on this journey to help launch Viago, not just in New Jersey and not just in America, but globally, as your organization is expanding so quickly has been such a treat. And getting a chance to meet you in Dallas, I can't wait to see you in Atlanta next weekend. But a big part of this is, our business model, which we're going to talk about a little bit here, is finding people that are better than you, smarter than you, know more than you, that are even more successful than you. And, Rika has done so well in her career when it comes to from real estate and also from business and helping people. And what you'll find out through my story is I'm just a child. Now, and, and I don't mean that in a negative context. In fact, it's one of those things that I try to pride myself in is to having that childlike curiosity and that childlike, excitement for life and zest, just because I think one of the things that happen is as we get older, some people have kind of just given up. And they go, this is as good as it gets, and this is as much as there is. And I want people to go out there and have that just like splash in the rain and the puddles instead of like, well, the half glass is half full or half empty. And the kids are like, well, you can refill the glass, can't you? And having that mindset of going out there and being an explorer and learning and creating and all that stuff and having that childlike sense of excitement is something that I think we want to bring to the world. And one of the ways we want to do that here with Viago is through our membership that we have officially launched December of 2024. So basically 4 months ago. So you are interested, you're sitting in an interesting seat. If you're seated. Anyway, it's early for me. It's 7:40 a.m. over here in the Philippines. So this is my backdrop, a little virtual backdrop. So a little foreshadowing to one of the trips that we are going to in July. To visit one of the new wonders of the world, which is these Golden Hand bridges. If you guys can see that, it's pretty cool. Can't wait to see that for myself. But just quickly on my background and my story. So originally from California, I grew up in the sticks, Northern California, middle of nowhere, like 30 minutes to a gas station, 45 minutes to a grocery store, and ended up making my way south to LA to pursue an entertainment career in Los Angeles. I became a professional hip hop dancer, which I know I don't look like it. I get it. But it was an amazing experience for me because it got me around people that were passionate about life and passionate about it. And somebody and honestly, a lot of people that are willing to do something for no money just because it's something that they love. And it's one of those interesting things, but I was a what they would call a starving artist. They call us starving artists because we can't afford food. We're legit starving. And I needed to make some extra money while I was trying to figure out how to get to the end of the month. And I didn't want to wait tables. I wasn't old enough to bartend. I was actually 19 years old when a woman in my dance class actually introduced me to this concept of residual income that changed my world. And it was amazing because I came to an event and got a chance to meet the woman that Rika was talking about, Sherry Sharman, 23 years ago, August of 2002. And at that event, I met some incredibly successful people. I felt a little out of place because I was like, is this something for me? And can I do this? And is it possible? I was hopeful, but super skeptical. But I remember thinking to myself, well, okay, if I can learn how to dance, maybe I can learn from these guys. And I was like, teach me how to make money because I was some of the things that was one of the things I was very interested in. And they were like, Jesse, no, we're not going to teach you how to make money. We're going to teach you how to make time. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I was like, you can't make more time. They're like, no, 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 no. We want to teach like, look. And in fact, my first mentor, Rika, I don't know if I ever told you this, was in real estate. And he'd made a lot of money in real estate in Los Angeles. And he was in his 40s at that time, and I was 19. I was like, just look, I made a lot of money in my life. The problem is that if I don't go out there and sell, I don't make money. And I wish somebody would have sat me down when I was your age and said, listen, young whippersnapper, right? If you pay attention to this, I will show you how in a few years from now, you will not just have money, you will have time. And the reason why is because if over the next 4 to 5 years you focus on building a residual based business, and to me, a residual based business was like pre-purchasing your tomorrows by working smart today. We've all heard work smarter versus harder, but okay, what does that really mean? And so they said, let me show you how to do that. And he was right. Within 4 years, I was able to get to a six-figure residual income working from home when I was 23 years old. And after my first year of part-time doing it around my busy schedule and work, I've never ended up having to go get a part-time job. In fact, I've never signed a W-2. I've never been employed. I am unemployable, as they call it. And well, actually, that's not true. I could get hired. I just couldn't keep it. I would be terrible because I just don't like being told what to do. And I like my freedom, my flexibility, and I want to be able to have control over my schedule. And I found out most employers don't want you to go on a trip every month. That's just kind of not part of their usually employment program. So, but today I want to teach you about that. But also, more importantly, is our program and our membership. So let's dive into this. And I'm going to be brief, but I do want to be thorough because we want to make sure you get a chance to get this information as best as you possibly can, because you're one of the first people in the world to hear about Viago. And, I heard a long time ago, the key to success is very simple. Find out where everyone else is going and get there first. And pretty good thing. Like I figured I'd rather be in the right place at the right time than be really brilliant. And I'm a testament to this. Like, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I think I'm in the shed and I can be sharpened as we have found out. But and that where you sit right now is an opportunity to get a chance to see something in a very unique stage. So Viago, what are we? We are the way to go. Now, why is that? Well, via in Latin derivative is the way to go, which is why our tagline is let's go. Not let's wait, let's contemplate, let's think about it, let's be hopeful, because hope isn't a strategy. We want people to go out there and live life, not then, but now, like right now. Like, let's go. Let's go make this thing happen. And I think a lot of times people put too much of their what they would consider their golden years or their retirement or their bucket list or all these things out into the future as a one day. And we want people to not have a one day, but what if you could literally pull the future you're looking for into the present and start living it now, even if it's on a small scale, and then start ramping it up to a big scale? And so we created this with the concept in mind of understanding the last 5 years have been a little strange. I don't know if you guys know, we locked up the world and that didn't go so well. And we found out humans don't do so well in isolation. So we want to get people out there in IRL, in real life, as the kids say these days. And a way to do that is through our Ultimate Lifestyle Club, Viago. So what are we? We are a membership club, and our membership club gives you access to amazing benefits, services, and community and culture. So we're centered around these 4 areas: travel, leisure, culture, community, savings, health, and wellness, and a lot more expanding through our membership platform. So, but through our monthly membership, the first benefit you're going to get access to is what we call our Pro Search. Now, this is an online site. All right, that is a wholesale backend site, similar to like an Expedia, Orbitz, or Priceline, or things like that, except for those people say are free. No, you pay every time you book. Right? So when they get the wholesale rates, they up it, and so they sell it to the public. For us, okay, we get the wholesale rates and we make $0 off of this. We pass 100% of the savings on to our members because we're not interested in making money off of your hotel. We're interested in making sure you're a happy, loyal member. And so through that, we get these unbelievable deals with millions of properties from around the world where you can search. And let me give you a couple simple examples. So here is Las Vegas. The public price online, this was booking.com, $149 a night, which obviously is not even a peak time in Las Vegas if you've been to Caesar's Palace. Our price, same date, $101 a night. That's a $48 nightly savings. If you stayed for 4 nights, that's $200, which you'd lose on the blackjack table on one hand, but you'd have a good time and get a free drink, apparently. But that is just there. Now, if you want to go to Miami, stay in South Beach, we'll save you 37%, over $100 a night. You want to go to Glacier National Park and you want to save 34%, we'll save you there. You want to get into New York City, save 50% in Times Square in New York City, over $400 a night to be able to experience literally right in the action. Or you want to get to Venice, Italy, and save 50% and see Venice before it disappears and goes underwater, right? So, or you want to get, I've used it in Paris, I've used it in Colombia, in Mexico, obviously over here in Asia where I currently reside, anywhere around the world. Go make sure and check. Sometimes small savings, sometimes incredible savings because of our wholesale back-end booking engine. Now, the second benefit, and my favorite to talk about, is our VIP escapes. What are these? These are 4 and 5 star luxury trips curated specifically for our members. These are not on the open market. We create these trips specifically for our members. We handle all the booking and reservations. All right. So, and this is a way to explore the world, but we do it in groups. And this is a way that I'm telling you is one of the best things ever. And I'll give you an example of how this works. Every dollar you spend on your membership, you get converted into Viago points. Those Viago points you can turn around and use on trips. So for every dollar you spend, it goes back towards basically, right, being able to discount a future escape. So as an example, this is one of the trips we did in December when we launched the program, and it was 5 days, 4 nights in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, at a 5 star diamond property. This included your airport transfer to and from the airport, which if you come from Cancun, you know can be expensive. So this is a welcome reception and all inclusive. So that's all you can eat, all you can drink, all you can drink, all you can drink. Some of you, sunset cruise. We give you a 3 course farewell dinner, a foam pool party, which I know people like a foam pool party that's childish, and then you get grown adults there going, "This is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life," especially with our private DJ and everything that we did there. Host on-site private check-in. You get your Viago band, so when you get around in the pool resort, it's like Insta friends everywhere you go because they're people a part of your community and part of your club, right? So then on top of that, when you look at all the prices and everything on the online, you're going to find this about 1,700 bucks. Our price, 850. How do we get these prices? Wholesale buying power. Costco, like you think about Costco, they big bulk buying, they have a membership club. You got to buy the big ketchup, but you get a discount, right? So now on that, you can also use your points that you accumulate through our membership to even further buy down these rates, where you can actually get this one for only $700 per person. Now, this is a huge, 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 huge savings for those that want to experience it. But this isn't just through, you want to go to Mexico. This is Dubai. I just got a chance to do this trip. This was in March. We had over 400 people on this trip, 5 days, 4 nights. We had an extended trip. So for a few $100s, getting a chance to experience literally one of the most amazing cities in the world. If you've never been, it is, I don't even know how to describe it to you. There's a recap video coming soon, which you guys are going to love, but everything that we did on this trip, from the desert safaris to the Bedouin camps to the marina cruise, like it was a spectacular trip. So the bucket list, I don't even know how to explain it. This is like a dream trip, right? Then this is the next trip that we are hosting, and myself, my wife, and my daughter are hosting with some other leaders. And I know Sherry and her husband Alex, and I know some of you are coming on this trip as well, to Da Nang, Vietnam. 8 days, 7 nights. We also have a 5 night trip or a 4 night trip for under 500 bucks. So where you get a chance to experience one of the new wonders of the world, the food, the culture, the shopping, custom made tailored clothing for literally less than $100. Wild. This trip is going to sell out here quick. We just announced it. So, and yesterday I put up the first ever trip to the Philippines. This is live. Now, this is a short trip just because it's coming up in June. Don't worry, there's going to be a lot more coming. We're planning a much bigger one in January. But to behold the chocolate mountains, the river cruises, the island hopping with the whale sharks. If you guys have seen those, which are those big, they're not sharks. They're actually fish, but they call them whale sharks because they're huge. So this is going to be cool. So this one just went live. Now, look, we have them all over the world. We want you to get out there and explore. We don't want you to live life through your phone or through a computer. We want you to get off of this and go. But not only that, we also have our voluntourism program where we want to go live the world better than we found it. And so we have partnered Club Viago with Hug It Forward, where trips to Guatemala, where we're basically building schools and giving back to the communities, because our really kind of our motto here is the world is our playground and love is our legacy. And so an opportunity for us to be able to make a difference and make a contribution everywhere that we go. So that's a little bit on our trips, our VIP escapes. But then we also want you, as you're traveling, to have peace of mind in everything that you do. So from our telemedicine, which is available through your membership at no additional cost, zero copay, covers you and your entire family. You can get on Zoom with your doctor to get prescriptions, questions answered, especially if you're in Bali and you have what they call Bali belly, so you get just have some issues, you can get on 24/7. We also have amazing discounts with our health share plans for major medical supplemental coverage. And go get a quote from us and see how we can save you. We have people that have legit saved thousands of dollars per year, and so covering literally more than the cost of their membership here with our program. Now, on top of that, we also have our daily savings program, and this is something where the things that you're doing on a daily basis regularly, or the things that you'd like to do but sometimes just aren't in the budget, is we want you to get out there an opportunity to experience it as a family. Like it used to be, you could go to the movie theaters and you could do that for $20. Now you take your spouse, your kids, and by the time you buy popcorn and the soda, you're at $100, and you're like, how did we get here? Right. And so we're super excited to be able to offer our daily savings program. So everything where you can get 50% off and discounts and tickets and movies. So a dollar saved is a dollar earned. And I promise you, if you get into our daily member site and start searching for the things you're already going to buy anyway, it will save you more than the cost of our membership. All right. Now, also, we have an exclusive marketplace of products that we are bringing to you. This is the kind of the next piece of the puzzle that you're going to see in our Club Viago membership here. Products that health and wellness and nutrition and skincare and personal care products that are designed to be able to go out there and improve the quality of your life through our products that we use on a regular basis. So Atlanta, some big updates here on our marketplace of products. So can't wait to see you guys there. So give you the recap on our membership. So we've got discounts, unlimited access, VIP escapes, my favorite, come to Vietnam. Okay. We've got unique experiences, our telemedicine, our Be Well, our daily savings, and the best price on our exclusive marketplace products. Kind of like Costco. They have products that you see everywhere. They're just cheaper. And then they have Kirkland products, which, as you guys know, are some of the best that you get at the best price. And you can only get Kirkland products because you got a Costco membership. Well, we have our Viago products, which you can only get because you are a Viago member. So how much does it cost? Well, some are bracing for impact, just because if you've ever seen a timeshare presentation, you're expecting this to be a comma or more. It's like, is this 5 digits? Is this 4 digits? Where are we going? All right. So let me give it to you. All right. $450 total one time. That's right. That's it. $450 gets you access with our launch pack with Club Viago one time, and you never pay that again. Now, our monthly membership is $99 a month after that. But today, if you take a look at our business system, I'm going to show you how you'll never actually pay that $99 a month with our referral program, which I know many of you guys are going to be excited about. So what does that get you? Well, it gives you access to our Club Viago membership, everything I talked about. It gives you 600 Viago points today, immediately when you enroll. Okay. Yesterday, I enrolled somebody, logged into his site, 600 points. He booked Vietnam. He's also coming to the Philippines with us now. So he's excited. And then every month you pay your membership, we give you 100 points. Now, those are dollar for dollar. So 1 point, $1 to convert into points, into products. And then at the end of the year, as a loyalty, a thank you for 12 months of membership, we are going to gift you a getaway trip. Now, what is this? This is our annual vacation that you get called a Viago Getaway, where it's a 7-night hotel stay that we have at thousands of properties around the world that you have an opportunity to use. I've used it in the Philippines. I've used it in Sedona. I've used it in Arizona. I've used it in Florida. So where do you want to go? You can do it. Or if you want to get away for you and your spouse, or you and someone you love, or someone you want to love, it's for two. But you can also convert it into 1,000 Viago points and just have some fun with more crazy people like me. So if you want to come join us, so that's $1,000 in points. So we basically are just kind of as saying thank you for being a member. So that's what we do. We're Club Viago, life amplified every day and in every way. And we want you to go out there and start living it now. And the thing that we love about this club is this: there's no annual contracts, no long-term commitments. So we have a rule in a club. If you don't want to be in the club, we don't want you in the club. So it's a very simple program from there. So we always recommend is get started and enjoy. So now, even if you can't travel for a period of time, you're going to build up those points. You're going to get that getaway and start using the daily savings now to save you literally this week, this month on your everyday spending. Okay. Now, the next piece of the puzzle here, which I want to go over, is our ABS system, our ambassador business system, where you can become a Viago brand ambassador and join to be able to go out there and do what you probably are already doing anyway. When you eat at a good restaurant, you go tell somebody. You go to a good movie, you tell somebody, right? You go on a good trip, what do? Take pictures and you post them, right? You get back to work, people says, "How was your vacation?" Super normal. That's not weird. And so to join our ABS ambassador system, you can do so for only $49 for your first year. We set up business in a box. You get your own website that is global system that you can build from your phone. Now, I don't want you to be doing what I'm doing today. I want you to be doing what the person invited you is doing right now. What are they doing? Yeah, like nothing. Well, I mean, they're sitting here, hopefully paying attention, right? So, but they might not even be on this Zoom, which is crazy to think about, right? They could have just referred you. They could be driving, they could be at work, they could be having dinner with their family, meaning they're leveraging a system and technology, right? We all have these things in our phone, in our pocket, right? We call them smartphones, but if it's not making you money, is it a smartphone or is it kind of a spend phone? So because what a lot of people are doing is they're spending their time, they're spending their money on the phone. I want you to have this thing be making you money, and then it's really a smartphone for you. Now, from this, let me show you a few examples of how our business system or affiliate program works when it comes to compensation. Because instead of paying advertisers, TVs, commercials, ads, we would rather give that money to you for being the person to go out there and share this program with us through our affiliate network. Now, there's 5 different ways that we compensate our affiliates, ambassadors, brand ambassadors here. I'm just going to focus on 2 as an example, right? And kind of give you a few simple ways to understand how our this program works. So the first one we call a direct bonus, right? So as an example, let's say that's you, the green guy that says you. Let's say you referred me to the program. You invited me to this Zoom. You sent me a video. You said, "Hey, check this out, Jesse," because we do these every day. And I come on and I watch this and I go, "Sign me up. I'm in. Let's go. I'm ready to go." And when I enroll with that launch pack, you're going to earn a $100 direct bonus. That pays weekly. So I enroll $100. Okay. Now that's for each person. So 2 people's 200, 3 people 300. Now we want to help you get to 6. And the reason why is this as a first target is that you're going to earn $600. So you've earned more than it costs for you to join the membership. You have 600 points, you got $600. And the best part is when you refer 6 direct members, your membership is waived. What that means is you no longer pay your membership. So in your first month, you refer 6, that means that you'll never pay that $99. All right. So as long as you have 6 members. And on top of that, you still get all the benefits. You get the 100 points, you get the annual trip, you get full access to your account and program. And so this is an amazing, amazing referral program, which we love. But on top of that, here's the second part I was telling you is from those 6 friends that you introduce, who all of us know 6 people who need a vacation, right? So I promise you, this is not, I'm not looking for 600, 6. Now, from those 6, a few of them, not all of them, some will just want to enjoy the benefits of the membership, but a couple of them are probably going to be like, "Hold the phone. You're telling me I refer 6 people, I get my membership for free?" Yeah, I'm doing that. So let's say 3, half of those people say, "Hey, I want a free membership," and they go out there and refer. And through this, sorry guys, I muted myself. And through this program, when they refer 6, that would be a total of 24 people, a part of now your affiliate network. This unlocks the second bonus in our program called our residual monthly bonus. Now, this is pretty cool in how this works because now you earn an extra $200 a month residually from the members in your network. $200 is not a lot of money, but it's 200 whether you work or not. Keyword being not. Yeah. And so if you haven't earned a residual dollar, I'm telling you, you should run through a brick wall to get some. It changed my world and I'm obsessed with it for the past 20 years. Because it gave me freedom. And I wasn't trying to make millions of dollars. I was just trying to be able to have control over my time. I want you to go on vacation and more money to be in your account than when you spent on the vacation. That's what I want for all of you guys, which has been my world for the past almost 20 years, which is wild to think about. But let me show you how this works. And Warren Buffett, when he said that, that's something that just always stuck with me, is that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. This doesn't sound like a good plan. So we want to help you get there quicker. And we believe we can help you do that. Now, it doesn't just go to 200. In fact, as you start referring members through our business system, we call a binary through our affiliate program, which is fancy word for 2. As you build 2 teams here with our program and they refer members who refer members, this can grow very quickly and very viral because when you have something great, people love to share it. And especially when you get a chance to see this before the world. Now, through the program, if you go out there and get a total of 50 members, 25 on each team, now it's $500 a month. 100 members, 50 left, 50 right, $1,000 monthly residual. Now, at $1,000, you actually unlock another bonus where you're going to get paid an additional $50 for every person who joins your network. Pretty cool. But it doesn't stop at 1,000. Now, why we go there? Because that's a really great program for people as a part-time business on the side. Now, there's some of you, you wouldn't blink or bat an eye for $1,000 a month. You're like, that's not interesting. Well, let's see how this one is. How about 85,000 a month residually? Could you live off that? Hope so. So if you can't, we need to have another conversation. But when you take a look at this, I don't care where it is, but and whether it's 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, like what's your freedom number? And I kind of got obsessed with this because I found out for most people, they think that the key, is like to be happier, healthier, wealthier, to feel better, they need to make more money. And I found out for most people, it's not you need to make more money, you need to make different money. And what I mean is this, whatever you currently make right now, okay, so whatever it is, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 a month, what if you made that, but you never had to work? Would life be different? And most people say, well, of course. So it's not more money. It's the type of money that determines a different lifestyle. So for us, we want to build you a plan B, a plan C, a plan L. I don't care. So now whether that is an extra, and for me, like many of us, my plan B turned into a plan A very quickly when I realized the potential of this program. So get started, okay? Whether you want to go 2 miles an hour, 200 miles an hour, we got great tracks for you. And what we pay you is through our online digital wallet system. And you can even get your own Viago Pay MasterCard here, which is amazing, where you can load up and get 10% cash back and points on everything you spend through our online digital program. So this is an amazing, you can transfer to your bank account every week. It's one of our keys to our program. Lastly is our training system. Our training system here, where we have is an online program and an app you download where you can literally listen to exactly what to do from people that have spent decades in this business, teaching you everything you need to know on how to do this. So when you get started, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. We're going to get you all the training that you need in order to do it. Now, we also have our live event system, which is by far my favorite, where you can compress decades into days by spending a couple of days with us. And I'm flying this week back to the United States to come to Atlanta to hang out with you guys at our Amplify convention. Our next Amplify in Europe is going to be in Greece, and then we're going to be heading into a few more throughout the rest of the world. But for any of you guys, even if you're seeing this, if there's any possibility of you coming to Atlanta, I would highly recommend it to get started with us to really launch your business properly. So getting started is very simple. Let me make sure you kind of understand it just to wrap this all up. So $450 for our launch pack for your membership, $49 for our ABS ambassador system. So total all in $499. Okay. Now with that, you're going to get that getaway after 12 months and give you access to all the benefits that we talked about. Okay. Now the timing of where we sit here is one of those things I think is really important. Okay. Now you're taking a look at this. So if this is your friend and they're introducing you and you're like, hey, I'm in, I get it, let's rock. And you join today. It takes about 4 minutes to fill out our online application. Once you do that, you get your business site set up immediately and you can do business right now today. Now, let's say you get signed up. Now, your friend obviously knows more than just you. So let's say your friend, after you enroll, goes out there and introduces Andy. Now, Andy has the potential to fall into your business. So because of how our structure works and our referral program, Andy could be in your team. Now, you get a chance to benefit from everything that Andy does and all the members that Andy introduces. So it's not just Andy, it's everyone that Andy brings into the table. Okay. Now, but let's just say today you're like, well, hang on, I need to think about it. That's totally cool, but we got to put you in the think about it corner. So now if you got to go into the think about it corner, we respect the fact that you got to think about it, but we also need you to respect the fact that we can't wait. So let's say your friend goes out there and introduces Andy and Andy's like, I'm in, I get it. Right now, here's the thing. Some people say, well, I don't know if I can be committed. You can join and be committed later. Just saying. The reason why is this. If you join, you pick up what we call beachfront property real estate because we know how important that is, right, Rika? All right. So when you can pick it up before everybody else, because there's only so much of that real estate in every city. So we want you to get this beachfront property inside of Viago with your friend. And so you get started. Now, if you come back later and say, I've thought about it. I do want to earn more. I do want to travel more. I do want to save more money. And you get started. What happens is you are now part of Andy's network. Now you get, and Andy got your spot. Now here's the thing. It doesn't matter to us. I promise you, we will help you the same. Makes zero difference to me, makes zero difference to your friend. You know what makes a difference to? You. So one of the number one things I would say is this is why we say get started today, right? So get started today. Let's help you book your trip. So how do we make this really simple? Is the person that invited you is not a professional salesperson, right? So that's not their thing. They're your friend, they're your family. So, and a lot of times they don't want to close you. That's not their thing. In fact, here's the thing. If we have to convince you to do this, this is not for you. So today it's we make it very simple. Let them know once they text you, call you as soon as the Zoom is done, is if you're an A, a B, or a C, or you can do it right now. Just text them. All right. So is C is, hey, I want to be a customer. I'll try the membership. I'll experience it. So let me see what I can save with it. Let me try it. No long-term commitment. Let me test the water. Okay. B is I I think I want a membership or I think I want to join, but I got some questions. How does this work? How does that work? And we love questions. Ask us your hard questions, right? So a lot of times people say I need to think about it, and what they're going to do is they're going to go ask somebody a question that knows nothing about Viago, you know? So ask us the question so you can be an easy yes or an easy no, you know, because being on the fence is uncomfortable. And then there's an A. A is all in, ambassador. I get it. Shut up. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's rock. I've been praying. I've been looking for something like this. Now, all in doesn't necessarily mean all in on your time. It just means all in. I'm ready to go. Now, whether you got 2 hours a week, 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week to do this, whether you want to casually be an ambassador or you want to, like, I'm going to own New Jersey. It's pretty much all open across the board for you. So we're excited to be able to welcome you to the program and be able to really experience the world with us. So, but before I wrap up here today and we close out, I do want to have an opportunity to introduce a couple people to share their experience as a member with our program. So, Rika, I will turn it back to you here real quickly before we close out today.
Jesse, thank you so much. You make the presentation so much fun and it's amazing. I want to sign up all over again. I'm like doing this when you're like an A. I'm like,
I
sign
love it.
up again. But I am going to introduce a couple of people that can just share their experiences with the company. And the first person that I'm going to go to has become a dear friend in just 3 months. I met her in January when I was in Dallas, and no joke, within a half an hour of meeting one another, my husband and I were at dinner at Benihana's with her and her husband. And we, with a group of people, and we got to know each other and had the time of our lives. And not only that, she's not on my team, I'm not on her team. Yet she's there for me when I was first getting started. She was helping me. She's texting me. Anything I needed, she was like my go-to person. And there's nothing in it for her. And that's the kind of people that we work with. That's the kind of company that it is. People just helping one another. And I love her to pieces. And I'm gonna let her share her story. But she's one of the most fabulous human beings on the planet. So if Shar, you could share your story, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Rika. Good to be here with you, everyone. Hey, Jesse,
Yes,
my friend and buddy. You may recognize the resort behind me here,
I
right?
do.
Imagine that. So, friends, my name is Shar McCready. My background professionally is medicine. I practiced trauma ER medicine for 2.5 decades. I'm a military retiree of the United States military. And during that season of my life, I was raising children and training for the Olympics as a US Olympian. We can have that conversation later. What I want to impress upon you is that during that season, also, while that looked great on the outside of my life, a friend of mine from childhood called me because she had met someone like Jesse, like Sherry, the woman that we are speaking about, our friend. And she had some different thoughts and she was starting to look at life differently. And she thought of me. I was a forethought for her, just like you are a forethought for the friend that invited you here tonight. And that's a big, big deal because most of us were an afterthought for Amazon, the book company, Facebook, Microsoft, Nike. The list goes on. And so you're here as a forethought, and I believe that's not by accident. So fast forward, that began the thread that wove this incredible tapestry of my life that landed me here where I get to work with Rika and Jesse and Sherry and so many of our other business partners every single day now in this retirement empty nesting season of my life and a new season of life too that took place on the escape in Bali when I was with Jesse. But most people didn't know. We kind of kept that undercover for a little while. So here I've taken advantage of every aspect. I save money every day. I've referred more than 6, so I have my complimentary membership. And I'm just out to help be a hope dealer, to let people know there is a way to truly design and live their dream life each and every day. And why is that a big deal? Because that friend that called me way back when, I didn't see any of this then, but she didn't know I'd been diagnosed with life-threatening cancer at that time. And I was literally in survival mode. I was just trying to figure out the next day, the next step, worried I would lose my career, worried I'd never get it to the Olympics, et cetera, et cetera. And now I'm here. I died twice on that journey, and I just want to share my heart. Never once did I think about a purchase I made or didn't make in those 2 episodes. But I did think about the people, the places, the memories, and the relationships. Say yes, keep your mind open like a parachute, and I'll meet you in Atlanta or the beaches of the world. Thanks for having me, Rika. Back to you.
Oh, sending you hearts. Oh, Shar. See, everyone, I'm sure you can see why I just love her to pieces. Um, you got me. And now I get to go to one of my dear friends. I have known him as long as I've known Sherry Sharman. And we have worked together. We worked together in California, or we've worked together in Florida in a different company way back when. And he's the person I go to sometimes with spiritual guidance in things. He is my brother, and I love him. And he has, in the company that we worked with before, honestly, he reached the top position in the company. He was a trainer. He's just phenomenal. And I'm so grateful to be working with him again. We're not on each other's teams either, but guess what? We're going to team up and have a blast traveling with him and his wife too. And I'm thrilled to have you hear from my friend who's got the best voice, Stevie B.
Thanks, Rika. Thanks, Jesse. Hey, great job. And Rika says we're on the same team, but we are, and it made us even more competitive, which is kind of cool. And Rika is competitive, so she said, "I'm going to kick his butt, man." And I'm fantastic about that. That's a key motivator for me. Yeah. Hey, listen, we're all talking about Sherry, talking about the wonderful things that she's done, and it's true. I literally answered an ad in a newspaper for this industry some 37 years ago. And I know some of you guys heard the ad, but it said bottled water, 3 cents a gallon. I've made $80,000 in the last 6 months, and I'm looking to train somebody to do the same. That's how I came into this industry, by answering an ad. Now, we may not do advertising. We do a lot of word of mouth. We do a lot of friends and family. And listen, that's a part of our industry. So don't miss that. So, I've got the NFL club. I know no friends left, right? So that's not true. There's the uniqueness about this company is that it's going to continue to grow. It's 4 months. I'm the slow learner I was, and I was the guy in the incubator in this industry, and I became Sherry's top 5 money earner of 100,000 people. So that's a pretty exciting place to be, and that's all documented. It doesn't matter if it was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, but then I duplicated 4 other times. But most importantly is what we can do here. And we've not only got our 6 memberships, and Jesse, I was thinking today, I'm going to go through some mathematical numbers as I build here, because think about you just bringing on 6 people, which we've done, and then teaching those 6, that's 36. You're halfway to a 25, right? So you start learning a little bit about the mechanics of the business, and everything starts changing. And your income will change while you're learning. And it's already happened, Jesse. We've got some great commissions already rolling in. You go into the back office, you can, I pick crypto because I'm in the crypto space. So it's like you can pick crypto, you can pick direct deposit, you can do all these things. So all cool features and a real business. Where can you go and run a business, guys? I'm not selling Viago. I'm just telling you, for $100 a month. And then after you get your 6, it's free. And then it's just going to work, putting your head down, you have there straight, saying, boom, exactly. Where can you go and run a company? Well, right here at Viago. We'll see you in Atlanta. Hey, Jesse, back to you.
No, thank you so much, Stevie. And so guys, let's wrap this thing up. So for those of you obviously getting started here today, I want to welcome you to the family. So let me give you a couple tips here on getting started that I think are really important. So there's a couple of steps. Step number 1, get started. So Get started. Like I said, it takes about 4 minutes to go through the online referral system. Your friend that referred you there have their online link. Immediately once you hit submit on the application, your referral link will be up and you'll be ready to go. You can log into your membership, start booking, your points will show up, and you'll have your website, your referral link where you can actually sign somebody up immediately and $100 per person. So let's help you get your 6 before the end of April here, the next 5 days. So that way your membership next month is covered. So that's first stop, number one. Okay. Second piece of this that I think is important is who do you know? So when you take a look at step one, get started. Step two is list. Now, when we said this is list, is who do you know? I remember getting started in this profession many, many years ago, and they said, look, don't prejudge anyone, write everybody down. If they can fog a mirror, then and I do agree that everyone should know about Viago, but in the very beginning, like here's what we're looking for: 6, not 600. So let's get you 6. So let's get you started with some basics. So I think top 20, top 10 easiest, top 10 best. Who do you know that's the easiest people? Meaning, like, if you were stuck on the side of the road at 2 a.m. and you needed to call somebody, they might laugh at you and be like, all right, I'm coming to get you, or whatever it is. So meaning they would be there for you because that would go with you and say, hey, I'm going to Vietnam. Hey, we're going to Mexico. Do you want to go? And they're like, let's go. So who would be some of those easiest? Now, people that love travel, love experiences, love saving money, those are some people to talk to. Now, we all know people that might be one of your dearest friends, but they're well, let me, no. You guys know those people, right? So, well, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, they might be your easiest. They might be later. That's fine. The second group is your top 10 best. And what I mean by this is who do you know that are the biggest centers of influence, that are most successful people that you know that know a lot of people, maybe been in business before. All right. So top 10 best, right? I know we have people that are on this Zoom right now that are world-renowned authors, entrepreneurs, business owners that have done incredible inside of their careers, like Dr. Grace. I can't wait to see you in Atlanta. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is this. Here's what I found out. Highly successful people are the easiest yeses or the easiest nos, and they're the best. Usually broke people are the most skeptical, which is funny. Successful people are the most one that are like, yeah, cool, I love it, let's go. Either that or like, not for me, I'm busy. They're really usually pretty simple to work with. So I recommend now why I say go after those, because guess what? Everybody's going after their best people first as we're launching the company. You want to be the first to be able to contact some of them because finding a few of those can be absolutely life-changing for you when it comes to our business model. So top 10 easiest, top 10 best, let's get you started. Now, of course, from there, we want to introduce more people, but that's step 2. Okay. Step 3 is training. Let's get you plugged into our training. So our Inner Circle system, you can download our app, use it and start learning. And we want to basically get you launched, but the best thing you could do is be in Atlanta with us. Now, I know that's almost like unreasonable to ask a week before Atlanta for some of you, but if you're within driving distance, if you're within flying distance, which is everybody, and you can, like, over the course of the weekend, if you have to call in slick, I promise you it'll be worth sick. Freudian slip, maybe. Whatever you got to do to get there, because most people, I can tell you, is missing a couple of days potentially of work and being uncomfortable having to arrange childcare and rearranging something for a couple of days. I can tell you it's going to be worth it. And I'll put the JMAC guarantee on it, meaning on Sunday, whatever money you spend on flight, hotel, childcare, time off of work, if you come to the event Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you sit in the seat the entire weekend and at the after party on Sunday, which I will be at, you tell me it was not worth it, I will give you all your money back. Everything you spent on your ticket, your flight, your hotel, everything. So I promise you, that's how much I know for a fact that it will be a weekend that you'll come up to me and be like, you were right. And anyway, whatever we can do to get you there, step number 3. Now, step number 4 is get 6, launch. And the best way to do that is to work with the person that is getting you started here, and they'll help you do a launch Zoom, a private Zoom, and start introducing people to our daily system. So again, the idea behind this is to leverage your time. Most people, unfortunately, it's one person, one job, one check. One person, one job, one check. One person, no job, no check. And we want you to be in an experience where your income isn't solely dependent upon the time that you clock in. And that's one of the things we're super excited to be able to present, whether that's a little bit or a lot. Now, just kind of wrapping this up, guys. So we've been here a little bit longer than normal. I apologize. I just got a little too excited today to kind of deliver more than I normally do. And maybe it was for some of you to give a direct message. However, one of the things I will say is it's April 24th for you guys. the first quarter of 2025 is gone. Like, didn't it feel like New Year's was yesterday? I don't know about you. Like, buy your Halloween costume now. It's coming quick, right? So, but if you think about this, is I've heard, as everyone always says, as you get older, it seems to go faster and faster and faster, right? So now, even though I believe that to be true, it's almost like how much real time do we have? And when I look at it from that concept is going, okay, so I have a few years to get the money game and money monkey off my back, or I have to deal with it forever. Like, so when people are asked to make a decision, I always think about it as this is like, okay, well, what if it doesn't work? Okay, let's look at it. What's worst case scenario here? Worst case scenario, you spend 499 bucks. You don't talk to anybody. You don't introduce anybody. You literally keep it a secret to yourself. Okay. You save some money, you go on a trip, and you write it off on your taxes in 2025. That's like as bad as it gets. I mean, look, all of you, I promise you, have a $500 mistake in your closet. Right, every one of you has many of you spend 499 bucks on a night you don't even remember. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. I've been around some of you. So guys, it's like when you take a look at it from that standpoint. So people say, well, I don't know, like it's a risk. It's like, well, look, I think one of the biggest risks in life is not taking risks at all. So like when you take a look at it, it's like try. How do you know if it's well, how do I know it's going to work? Try. Okay. Well, that's worst case. Well, what's best case? Best case? Oh, but let's not even go best case. Let's go medium case. What's medium case? Medium case is you get 6, your membership's free, you enjoy the benefits of our program, and you can decide to do a little bit or a lot. That's a pretty cool setup. So when you look at it from that standpoint is this, but I can tell you by far the most beneficial thing about what it is that we do here is not the income that you're going to earn. It's the people you're going to surround yourself with. It's the people that you associate with that will improve the quality of your life. And I can tell you that hands down, bar none, is who you hang around is who you become. And I wanted to be around people who have my answers instead of people who have my problems. And when I got around this profession, I was around all these people that, God bless them, were artists in their capacity, but 20 plus years later, many of them, their bodies are broken from what they used to be able to do, and they cannot do what they used to be able to do, and they don't know what to do when it comes to this. And I'm excited because I've got the freedom where now today I teach class. I'm offering teaching classes for free because I love it and I'm passionate about it and looking at how we can contribute and open up schools. So I am so obnoxiously passionate about what we do here because I truly believe that the decision that you make today can be something you will look back on as a change in trajectory, because I can tell you, you can't change destination overnight, but you can change direction. And what we want you to do, as Jim Rohn would say, is set a better sail this year than last year. And so we want to welcome you to our community, get started, get promoted, get to Atlanta, and we will see you guys in Atlanta next weekend, or better yet, on one of the beaches of the world. God bless and have a great day. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.